Omani Peme Hori Omani Peme Hori Omani Peme Hori Omani Peme Omani Peme Hori 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 Omani
Tashi Delek, everybody, how are you? Okay, so let's start. Chenrezik. So sit in a nice, relaxed posture. And then expel the stale wind from your body. To do that, then breathe in light. Breathe out. Okay, breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, breathe in. Then breathe out. Okay, breathe in. Fill your body with light. Then in your mind, cultivate faith, devotion and bodhicitta, and bring in the motivation that you want to bring forth all motherly sentient beings to the state of perfect and complete Buddhahood. In order to do so, I will engage in the meditation and recitation of Chenrezik. Sangye chedan tsoke chonam la jancho barando dani chansunche dangi gomde gipe senam kindron la pencher Sangye Drumbarasho. In the Buddha, Dharma and the noble Sangha, I take refuge until Buddhahood. Through the merit of meditation and recitation, may I accomplish Buddhahood to benefit sentient beings. Sangye Chedan Tsoke Chonam La Jancho barando dani chamsunche dangi gomde gipe senam kindron la pencher sange drumbarasho. Semjen tamjen dewan dan dewe judan dembara juroche dungal dan dunga ge judan drewara juroche dunga mebe dewa dan mi drewara juroche nire chadan dan drwe tanyon tseme bala ne bara juroche. May all sentient beings have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May they never part from happiness that is devoid of suffering. May they rest in boundless equanimity, free from the partiality of desire and hatred to near and far. Simchen tamchen dewa dan dewe judan dembara juroche dunga dan dunga ge judan drewara juroche dunga mebe dewa dan mi drewara juroche niring changdang dan drwe tanyom tseme bala ne bara juroche. Here practice Tonglen. And then finally dissolve all concept of subject, object, and action into great emptiness. And rest in that state for as long as you can. And then when you arise from that state, then you can engage in the generation of the deity. Sun kan chan sim chingi chi zu pe karan da wei ding shi le pa chon Chenrezik kar se zere ngan den tro zin zum tu je chingi zi cha shi dang po tar jaran zi om ni shen chen pe kar nam dar dang ri chen gen gi te ri da pa pe te yo se Pai me pe o gen chen shab ni doro je kil tron shuk jime da wara jam temba cham ne kwen de ngoro jur. Above the crown of all sentient beings is a white lotus with a moon seed, upon which is a free silver that arises as the Supreme Noble Chenrezik. He is luminously white and radiating out 5 color lights. He is handsome, smiling and gazing with eyes of great compassion. He has 4 arms, the 2 upper hands are joined in prayer gesture, while the 2 lower hands hold a crystal mala and a white lotus. He is adorned in silk and jewels and wearing a deer skin on his shoulder. His head is adorned with Buddha Amitabha on the crown. He is seated with 2 legs in the Dorje Kiltron and resting his back on a stainless moon. He becomes the essence of the embodiment of all refuges. Jo gen ge ma gen kum do karan zo san ge ge la gen tu je chen gen ro la zik Chenrezik la chan se lo jo gen ge ma gen kum do karan zo san ge ge la gen Tunje Chengen Rola Zik Chenrezik la Chansen Jo Kenge Mage Kundong Kar Zo San Geke Ulagen Tunje Chengen Rola Zik Chenrezik la Chansen lo. O Protector, you are unstained by any fault. Your body is white in color. Your head is adorned with the perfect Buddha. You look unto beings with eyes of great compassion. I pay homage to you, Chenrezik. O Protector, you are unstained by any fault. Your body is white in color. Your head is adorned with the perfect Buddha. You look unto beings with eyes of great compassion. I pay homage to you, Chenrezik. O Protector, you are unstained by any fault. Your body is white in color. Your head is adorned with the perfect Buddha. You look unto beings with eyes of great compassion. I pay homage to you, Chenrezik. Amban Chenrezik Wandang Chojun de Zon Shomba Yin Gelwai Seche Tamche La Kunne Dangwe Chanze Loi Me Doi Do Be Marmed Chanze Rolmo La So Bai Nge Juro Yike Trinebe Pabe Tsoge She So Sen Tomai Mene Dade Mige Chodan Tsamme Ngan Semne Nyan Mo Wang Jurobe Digbai Tamche Shambaragi Ninte Range Janchus Sosu Keo La Son Pe De Sum Gewa Chis Tsunam Lane Dayera Semje Namge Samba Hendang Loye Jedrai Jedawa Chichun Tenmon Tenpa Ye Cheke Korlo Kordo Se Korwa Jese Mando Nyenge Mendai Tuje Ye Dungal Jansoro Jenwa Ye Semjen Namla Zekso Sen Dage Senam Chisamba Tamche Janchun Jurjurne Ringbora Medan Druwa Ye Jembe Pendon Dan Juroche. To the noble Chenrezik and to the 10 directions and 3 times, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, I pay homage with utmost respect. Flowers, incense, lamps and perfumes, food, drinks, music and so forth. I offer these in actuality and manifested through my mind. Please accept these assemblies of noble ones. From timeless beginning until now, all the 10 non-virtues and the 5 inexpiable actions, and my mind under the influence of afflictive emotions, I confess all of the negativities that I have committed. On the Shravakas, Pratika, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and individual beings and others' virtues that they have accumulated and will accumulate in the 3 times, and in the merit they have gained, I rejoice. According to the wishes of sentient beings, befitting the various capabilities of their intellect, on the vehicles of the greater, smaller, and common, I request you to turn the wheel of Dharma. Until cyclic existence is completely emptied, do not enter into nirvana, but with great compassion for those drowning in the ocean of suffering, I request you to look upon sentient beings. Whatever virtue I have accumulated, may it become a cause for Buddhahood. Without delaying further for all sentient beings, may I become the glorious one of the Liberator. So Lama Chenre Se Sewa Devso Idam Chenre Sewa Devso Pacho Chenre Sewa Devso Chamgen Chenrezik Sewa Devso Jamgen Chenrezik Sojezik Gewa Tujechen Tame Korwara Drangme Chamjuro Chizeme Donga Nyongwe Drowala Gembo Kele Chamje Mache Sonam Ken Sange I pray to you, Lama Chenrezik. I pray to you, Idam Chenrezik. I pray to you, Supreme Noble Chenrezik. I pray to you, Lord of Refuge, Chenrezik. I pray to you, Lord of loving kindness, Chenrezik. O victorious, great, compassionate one, hold us with great compassion. Wandering countless lifetimes in endless cyclic existence, sentient beings have experienced unbearable suffering. They have no other refuge beside you, O Protector. Bless them to achieve omniscient Buddhahood. Sewande so lama chenre ze sewande so idam chenrezik sewande so chamge pacho chenre se sewande so chamge chenrezik sewande so chamge chenre ze tunje ze gewa tunje chen tame korwara dhamme chamjurur chen zeme donga nyongwe drowala gembo kele charge mache so nam ke sange to bar jenge lo to me dune lenge saipe tu jenda wangi nge wara ke jurute sadhan dunga nyue semchen na la cho ke drundu ke wara sho. Through the accumulation of negative karma from beginningless time, the force of anger gives birth in the hell realm. May all sentient beings who are experiencing the torment of heat and cold be born in your presence, Supreme Deity. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Tome dune lenge saipe tu sene wangi idane suke te kondunga nyue semchen na shin cho pada laru ke warasho. Through the accumulation of negative karma from beginningless time, the force of greed gives birth in the hungry ghost realm. May all sentient beings who are experiencing the torment of hunger and thirst be born in the supreme pure realm Patala. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Tomen dune lenge saipe tu te mo wangi tu doro ke joro te lenko donga nyongwe semchen nai Khenpo ke drundo ke warasho. Through the accumulation of negative karma from beginningless time, the force of ignorance and stupidity gives birth in the animal realm. May all sentient beings who are experiencing the torment of ignorance and stupidity be born in your presence, O Lord Protector. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Tomen dune pe tunde chawangi miyene suke dalpondunga nyongwe semchen nandewa chengi shingdo kewarsho. Through the accumulation of negative karma from beginningless time, the force of desire gives birth in the human realm. May all sentient beings who are experiencing the torment of constant toil and poverty be born in Deva Chenpuram. Om Hani Pe Me Ho Om Hani Pe Me Ho Om Hani Pe Me Ho Om Mani 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 Pe Me Ho Tome Dune Lenge Sai Pe Tu Tando Wange Lamene Suke Tabze Dunga Nyongwe Semchen Nam Pota Laye Shingdo Kewarsho. Through the accumulation of negative karma from beginningless time, the force of jealousy gives birth in the demigod realm. May all sentient beings who are experiencing the torment of fighting and quarreling be born in Potala pure realm. Om Hani Pe Me Ho Om Mani 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 Pe Me Ho pe me hum. Om Mani Pe Me Hum. Om Mani Pe Me Hum. Tome Dune Ling E Sai Pe Tung Ge Wangi Pla Ye Ne Su Ge Po Dong Dung Nyong Wei Sim Chen Nam Po Ta La Ye Xing Du Ge War Shou. Through the accumulation of negative karma from beginningless time, the force of pride gives birth in the God realm. May all sentient beings who are experiencing the torment of death and downfall be born in Patala pure realm. Om Mani Pe Me Hum. 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 Dani Gejin Kewain Tamje Du Chenrezik Zembai Tsongba Ye Madai Jinge Dronam Drwa Dan Soncho Yigdo Chonchoro Ge Barasho Pancho Kela Sewa Dabe Te Dage Duljara Jurbe Drowa Nam Le de luleng gewe le lai zen rowe dendo chedan dem barasho. Through all of my lifetimes, may I, with the conduct similar to that of Chenrezik, liberate all beings from the impure realms. May the supreme speech of the 6 syllables spread in the 10 directions. By the power of fervent supplication to you, Supreme Noble One, may all beings who become the individuals to be tamed understand cause and effect and exert in virtue, and may they be endowed with the sacred Dharma for benefiting beings. Dendara incenje semdain ben pambe kulle özerete mada lena trusheja Chinne dewa chengi shin nangshu kedro lungasem Chenrezik wang kusung tu nangdra riktong ereme jur. From praying like this one-pointedly, light radiates out from Noble One's body. purifying impure karmic appearance and deluded concepts. The outer world becomes Deva Chen pure realm. The body, speech, and mind of beings within that pure realm become the wisdom body, speech, and mind of Chenrezik. All sight, sound, and awareness become inseparable from emptiness. Om Mani Padme Hum Shri 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 Om Mani Om Mani Padme Hum Shri Om Mani Padme Hum Shri Dajen De Nam Pambe Ko Danda Yige Drobe Ya Dendo Yeshe Chembo Long. I and others who appear in form is the wisdom body of the Noble One. All reverberations of sounds are the melodies of the 6 syllables. All recollections and thoughts are the vast expanse of the supreme primordial wisdom. Gewa ndiye nyuldo da Chenrezik lhundrupcholing drowa chikchan malemba diye salai gembarasho. Through this merit may I quickly accomplish the powerful Chenrezik. Without leaving a single sentient being behind, may they be placed into the state of Chenrezik. Den darangom de gebe senam ke dan dan da la den ton do wa kun me zan de boro wan juro man ta de wa chen du zu de ke warasho Keman Tandu Sanchu Ramdrune Tumbe Chochuru Shenden Barasho. Through the virtue of performance of the meditation and recitation in this way, may I and all beings who are connected with me, as soon as this impure body is left behind, may we be born miraculously in Devachan. Having taken the birth there and traversing the 10 bhumis, may our emanations spread in the 10 directions and perform the benefit of others. The next part, Chenrezik, visualize all sentient beings practicing Chenrezik along with us, with their body, speech and mind all joined together. Manam Kandan Yambe Simjen Tamche Lama Sangye Rimbo Chella Chamsun Chewo Manam Kandan Yambe Simjen Tamche Sangye Chedan Gende Namla Chamsun Chewo Manam Kandai Nyambe Semjen Tamche Lama Yedam Kandre Tsola Chansun Chewo Manam Kandai Nyambe Semjen Tamche Ransem Tongsa Cheke Kola Chansun Chewo. All motherly sentient beings equal to space take refuge in the Lama, the precious Buddha. All motherly sentient beings equal to space take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sanghas. All motherly sentient beings equal to space take refuge in the hosts of Lamas, Siddhams, and Dakinis. All motherly sentient beings equal to space take refuge in one's emptiness and luminous mind, Dharma Kaya. Manam Kandai Nyambe Semjen Tamche Lama Sangye Rimbo Chella Chansun Chewo Manam Kandai Nyambe Semjen Tamche Sangye Chedan Gende Namla Chamsun Chewo Manam Kandai Nyambe Semjen Tamche Lama Yedam Kandre Tsola Chamsun Chewo Manam Kandai Nyambe Semjen Tamche Rangsem Dongse Cheke Kola Chamsun Chewo Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Omani peme humani peme humani peme humani peme Omani peme humani peme Omani peme humani 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 peme humani peme humani peme Omani peme humani peme humani peme Page 23. Ledan lomboro genle jurbaye dendai nedan jumbo sewa so simche yime dewe nenam kun jiten kamso jowara jidara shime tribe senja jin keche chenlai lusum drjebe so choe neke dunga jine pa jiten kamso jo majuruchi chidai shinje kanai tsuban darai neke mingzam tebe tajebe ninje bandang tabe rimsoi ke lujen gongla ne bara majuruchi nebe gegre tondrai gejundang Lomboro yedro sumja endro chondang Shinja zhe nelai sopa ye luchen kong lai tsewara majuruch Lusum dewa malu chongje be Jongje chongbe dunga jine ba Malu shishin dangdo denbai dang Tserin neme deke denbarash Lama kenjo sumge toje dang Kandro chejon sume nyute dang Lendren luwa mebe dendo ki Nguwa melam tapse dro barasho. A reason from the karma and adventitious conditions, the demonic attack, diseases, and harm from spirits and so forth. All of the illnesses that discomfort the minds of sentient beings, may they never rise in the realm of these world. Like the animals herded by a butcher to the slaughterhouse, in an instant their bodies and minds will be separated. Likewise, however many suffering there might be of illness that take lives away, may they never rise in the realm of these world. Like those who have fallen in the mouth of the Shinje, the Lord of Death, those who are terrified merely by the name of illness, the plagues that torment for a day or constantly, may they never harm any sentient being. May the 80,000 types of harmful spirits, the 360 adventitious negative forces, and the 404 types of diseases not harm any sentient being at all. That which robs of the happiness and comfort of the body and mind, whatever kind of suffering of the imbalances of the four elements, may they be pacified and may beings have luster and power. May they live long, have peace and happiness, and be free from illness. By the great compassion of the three rare precious jewel lamas, by the blessings and power of the Dakinis, Dharmapalas, and protectors, and by the power of the truth of the unfailing cause and result, may all measures of dedications and aspirations that are wished here be accomplished. Through this merit may I attain all-knowing omniscience, and may all enemies of defilements be vanquished. May all sentient beings pounded by the turbulent waves of birth, aging, sickness, and death be liberated from the ocean of cyclic existence. Just as the heroic Manjushri realized and Samanta Bhadra too, I will train in their examples and perfectly dedicate all of these virtues. All of the conquerors of the three times, in whichever way they supremely praise dedication, I too will perfectly dedicate all of my roots of virtue for the excellent conduct. May the supreme precious Bodhicitta arise in whom it has not a reason. Where it has a reason, may it not decline, but may it prosper more and evermore. Okay, so that's how you practice Chenrezik. And today, it's Saturday, and then you have questions and answers. And so let's see what questions you have. Okay, there are some questions which are not really relevant to our practice, so I will jump to a question. As a person new to this lineage of Tibetan Buddhism, what chant do you think is best to start studying and practicing? Reciting the sutra, recollecting the three jewels. So recitation, there are many ways of reciting. You can, if you have taken refuge, then you have to recite the refuge prayers. That is the commitment of ours, to recite the refuge prayers. So I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. Buddha Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Saranam Gacchami, or Lama Sangha La Japsu Chio, Che La Japsu Chio, Gendun La Japsu Chio. So whichever way you want to recite, you can recite that. So every day our practice, being the follower of the Buddha, is to remember to take refuge and to recite the refuge. Then after that, if you want to go more deeper, then you can recite the recollection of the Buddha. So what does Buddha mean? What does Dharma mean? What does Sangha mean? So there is a sutra of that one. You recite that. Further on, then if you want to do more practice, then you can visualize Buddha always in your mind. So then whoever recollects, in the Avatamsaka Sutra it is mentioned that whoever brings the Buddha in their mind, the Buddha is always present right in front of them and constantly granting them blessings. So you think of the Buddha all the time, and then you can recite the Buddha Shakyamuni mantra. Om Mune Mune Mahamune Swaha, Om Mune Mune Mahamune Swaha, those kind of mantras, because your mind is focused, concentrated. And that mantra, the recitation of the mantra, protects your mind indulging in any unnecessary committing or engaging in karma or afflictions or non-virtue like that. So we have only one mind. If we engage our mind concentrating on the Buddha, then we don't let our mind give rise to any kind of negative thought or any kind of karmic expressions of negativities or afflictions like desire, hatred, and ignorance. So we are focused. If our mind is not focused, then our mind is always loose and then wild and generating habits of mind that is creating karma and afflictions like that. So whatever your teacher prescribes you, having entered on the path of the Buddha or following the teachings of the Buddha, then you have to do that. So according to whatever you are taught. This is why a teacher, a lama, or a spiritual guide, we say spiritual friend or a spiritual guide, is necessary in order for one to progress on the path. So knowing your development, your capability, your capacity, then the teacher will guide you step by step to other levels of practice. So first is to think of the Buddha, and then why think of the Buddha, and why do you want to think of the Buddha? Why do you want to enter on the Buddha path? And then why do we need to rely on our spiritual friends who are called Sangha? Why do that? Because we are taking refuge. Why take refuge? Because we understand samsara is the nature of suffering. I don't want to fall in samsara anymore. I want to free from samsara. Samsara is a terrible place, a very frightening place. And I want to free from samsara. And who can protect me from samsara? Not worldly gods. Worldly gods themselves are submerged in the suffering of samsara. How can they promise? How can they free you from samsara when they themselves are trapped in samsara? So only Buddha, who is free from samsara, is the infallible protection, the undeceiving protection. Likewise, Dharma, if you engage your mind in Dharma, the sacred, the holy, the sublime teachings, then your mind can remain in the state free from generating afflictions and karma. So Dharma, taking refuge in the Dharma, always understanding Dharma is the supreme of all, and always implementing Dharma, engaging what you have studied, what you have heard. That is the protection. And then Sangha are those spiritual guides who have entered on the path. They wish nothing else except to accumulate virtue. Their intentions are nothing else but to benefit all beings, to benefit themselves and to benefit all beings. That is Sangha. Not like worldly beings who just think selfishly of themselves. So Sangha are beings who are truly virtuous and who have the altruistic intention to benefit themselves as well as benefit all beings. They are now the unfailing refuge. They can protect. No ordinary beings can protect you. No ordinary beings can promise you that protection. Even if they do, they can't, because they don't have the capacity. So knowing Buddha, Dharma and the Sangha are the absolute protection, the undeceiving, the infallible protection. We go for refuge. That is the practice. That is the essence of all Buddhist practice. We don't go for refuge so that we become powerful or rich, famous, renowned, like that. We go for refuge because we are afraid, we are terrified by the suffering of samsara. That is the essence of Buddha path, the Buddha practice. So you need to approach in that way. So whatever chanting you do, simple chanting, complex chanting, elaborate chanting, whatever kind of chanting you do, the essence should not be lost. If the essence is lost, then it doesn't matter. Whatever kind of chanting you do has very little effect. So you can do from the basic chanting of the verses of refuge to reciting the recollections of the three jewels and onward, the name of the Buddhas, the praises of the Buddhas, or bodhisattvas and lamas and so forth. You can do that. So that's the practice. Number 3. Anyway, number 1 question was I don't want to answer that because I remember stories of Vietnamese monks and nuns and even Tibetan monks and nuns who set themselves on fire for just a cause. These always confused me. Why would someone who devoted their entire lives to the three jewels and took the vows, they would decide to do things like that? That kind of action. My answer would not, there's nothing to do. It's if I answer from a worldly way, I don't have the capacity. If I answer from a spiritual way, people will not appreciate it. So rather not talk about those kind of things. Number 3. I came from a different lineage initially. To understand the Nyingma, would it be fair to compare the roles of Longchenpa and Tsongkhapa to help me understand better? Yeah. All lamas come in different forms. That's why different traditions, different lineages, like that. Even Buddha's teachings is not one. He didn't teach one teaching to everybody. He taught so many different kinds of teachings. We say in general, the 84,000 teachings as the antidote to the 84,000 general afflictions of sentient beings. But 84,000 affliction is not the limit. It's not the limit of sentient beings' afflictions. Sentient beings' afflictions are beyond 84,000. But generalizing afflictions that are categorized into 84,000, we say the 21,000 afflictions in relation to desire or attachment. So the antidote to those 21,000 afflictions of desire and attachment. The 21,000 teachings as an antidote to the 21,000 afflictions related with hatred, anger. And then the 21,000 teachings as an antidote to the afflictions related to ignorance, confusion. And the 21,000 teachings as an antidote to afflictions that are mixed of the three, like that. So the 84,000 teachings. It's just like, people having different problems, different health problems. We cannot just prescribe one medicine for different kind of disease. We prescribe medicine according to what they are suffering from, what their ailments are, what they're according to how we diagnose. So many different teachings are there. But the essence of all this teaching is to awaken sentient beings. So sentient beings recognize their true nature. Sentient beings know who they are, what they are, what's the essence, what's the nature of their being. So for some who are not able to understand complex, profound teachings, for them you need to speak in very plain, simple words. And for those who are of the highest caliber or the highest intellectual capability, for them, they don't need a lot of explanation. They just need the essence. So very high teachings, the essential teachings. So these are the ways of how Buddha teaches. So Buddha's teachings coming to sentient beings come in many different lineages and traditions. So Longchenpa is one master in our lineage. And Tsongkhapa, or like, did you say Atisha or Tsongkhapa? There's another master or in the different lineage who again brings the lineage of the Buddha's teachings. So they have their own style. They are delivering the essence of the Buddha's teachings according to those who need to be tamed in that individual way. So Longchenpa's style or Longchenpa's way of teaching is different. Tsongkhapa's style of teaching is different because they are delivering the teachings in different ways. But the essence is same. They're not distracting you from something. They are teaching you to understand that one essence that Buddha taught, or the one purpose of what the Buddha taught, is to awaken beings recognizing their true nature. So then it's up to you. So reading the life stories of different lamas. Buddha's teaching is like that. It's so vast, and you can choose whichever lineage you want. It's not like you have to be this particular way. Whatever appeals, whichever way appeals you, whichever lineage kind of resonates to you, you choose that path. There's nothing wrong in that. After all lineage, all teachings deliver that essence to recognize our true nature. But we also need to acknowledge that there are teachings that culminate, that you have to go progressively, and there is the final, the absolute teachings. It's not that, you can just directly go to that highest teachings. In order for you to receive those highest teachings, you have to build progressively. You have to, in order for you to go to the top floor of the house, then you have to start from the bottom stairs to go up. There is no directly flying to the top floor when you don't, if you don't have the capacity to fly. So like that. So these are the differences in the lineages and so forth. So if you are new to Nyingma, then that's how you need to study. So, but they are all the teachings of the Buddha. It is mentioned, this Dharma is undefiled, free from desire and attachment. It's the supreme of all, free from desire, free from defilement, is the name of Dharma. Teachings of the Buddha. There is no defect, there is no... It's like candy. It's like candy, sugar candy, delicious candy. Wherever you lick from, it's going to taste the same. It's not like it will have different taste. Pure Dharma is like that. Free from any defilement, free from any bias. That is the teaching of the Buddha. But when people become caught up in their own worldly goals, then they taint or they defile the teachings. They corrupt the teachings. The true essence of Dharma is not revealed, because it is contaminated, just like nectar, medicine being contaminated by poison. It has no effect. It has no healing qualities because it is contaminated. It has been poisoned. So one needs to aspire to connect to pure Dharma. So wherever there is pure Dharma, there is blessings. Where the Dharma is been contaminated by their worldly aims, that Dharma has little effect. It will delay your path to achieve Buddhahood or freedom from samsara. So that we have to acknowledge. So there are pure versus impure. So it's as long as you meet pure Dharma, then you're guaranteed. They are called unmistaken, complete, unerring path that will bring Buddhahood. Okay, number 4. How can I stabilize my meditation practice? When it was simple shamatha, vipassana, I had little confidence, but now it seems I have many practices from different lamas. Some of them I have commitments to, and there are many others that I really want to get to know better, but time runs out. So for a long time, everything now feels unstable. It's a very good question. Like I told you, all Dharma has the essence to awaken our true nature. What is our true nature? As Buddha is opening the wisdom eye. How Buddhas became Buddhas is because they realized the wisdom. They achieved the Buddha eyes. Free from the cataract, free from the blindness of ignorance, recognizing true nature. Until we recognize our true nature, we'll never become Buddhas. We can never free from samsara. So those teachings, whichever kind of teachings, we need to essentialize those teachings. We should take the essence of those teachings because it's teaching the nature of ours. Then from the very basic teaching of the Buddha to the highest level of teachings is teaching what is wrong. What is wrong in a sentient being's habit? Sentient being's habit is confusion. Confusion here, not knowing who they are, not knowing what they are, not knowing what the true nature is, not knowing the nature of one's being. The basic teaching always teaches us that sentient beings grasp onto what is unreal as real. They suffer. Sentient beings grasp to what is untrue as true. They suffer. Sentient beings grasp onto impermanence as permanent. They suffer. Sentient beings grasp onto what is selfless as self, and they suffer. That's the basic teachings of them. So we need to, if we want to engage in the essential teaching of the Buddha, then we should begin from there. And likewise, sentient being, what is not permanent, what is constantly fleeting, sentient beings grasp it to be permanent. What is not, sentient being grasp as something that is, or something what does not exist, sentient beings grasp onto it as existing. That is the confusion of sentient beings. So in everything, whatever rises, whatever experience, everything is to be taken like that. That's why Buddha taught everything is like illusion, like dream, like the reflection of the moon in water, like a bubble bursting out of water, like mirage, like hallucination, like dreams, like lightning bolts, like the flickering lamp, he gave 10 examples of illusion. And when you look into our life, what do you think? Life has all those 10 examples. Life is fleeting. Life is impermanent. Life is unreal. Life is just an illusion. And this is what you need to meditate or implement and practice in this way. There is no other practice. And otherwise everything is superficial. Buddhist teaches us like this, and to think that life is real is to oppose, is contradicting the teachings. Life is impermanent, and to hold on to thinking that life will never perish, life will never change, is contradicting the teachings. You're not practicing. All kind of teachings just say the same thing. So, if you practice the basic, these 10 principles or the 10 examples of illusion, you're practicing. You're upholding all your commitments. You're practicing shamatha because you're concentrated in that nature where everything is fleeting, everything is momentary, everything is unreal, everything is an illusion. That's shamatha. Everything is empty, everything is selfless. Is vipassana, the superior insight, knowing the true nature of phenomena. So everything is contained there. Then you'll have confidence. When you don't have a view, there is no way for us to build our confidence. When we have the view of understanding that everything is illusion-like, illusory-like, impermanent, changing, unreal, not true, the nature of suffering, that is the view. Founded on that view, whatever we practice, meditation, actions, speech, our expressions, whatever we do, is founded on top of that view, with certainty, with confidence, with conviction. We build on that foundation. Without the view, there is nothing. Then, without the view of understanding this, you try to build your confidence. There's no ground. There's no foundation. There's no building. It will always collapse. It will always crumble because there is no foundation. But your view will always excel. Your view, the first view is this one. The first view where you need to form your foundation is this, because this is the fundamental teaching of the Buddha. By and by, you'll come to understand the meaning of emptiness. Emptiness doesn't mean void. Emptiness means the profundity, the vast, profound nature. Whose nature? Our own nature. The true nature of all things. The true nature of all things is the nature of ours. Our nature and true nature are not different. It's our own true nature. This is what we realize. Sentient beings, they haven't realized, they have no way to realize that, because they grasp through this what is unreal and so forth. That's why they are suffering. So as a practitioner, as the follower of the Buddha, we need to plant, we need to build this foundation. We need to bring this understanding that is called the view. Without view, it's like a blind person. You don't know where you're going. You have no aim. With view, you know where you're heading. With view, you know if you're wrong or right. Without view, you don't know. You might be jumping off a cliff, you don't know. With view, you know if you're going to jump off a cliff, and you know that's wrong. The view kind of determines what is right, what is correct. That. So any Buddha path that you choose, basic Buddha path, Buddha practice with shamatha, calming your mind, focusing, meditating, in concentration, free from distraction. Why you are doing that? Why are you practicing that? In order for you to strengthen that view of selflessness, the view of impermanence, the view of that nature that changes. And the higher teachings and so forth are built on that foundation, the teachings on emptiness. So let's say in general, the basic teachings are based on understanding that all suffering arises from this non-recognition or this misunderstanding or this misperception. So then we have ego, very strong ego. And ego generates attachment, desire. And then when it is not fulfilled, then the ego starts irritation. Ego is irritated. Ego expresses anger, hate. Is ego there? Ego is the mistaken grasping of what is not there as to be, what is not existing as existing. Then your expression of your body, speech and mind, always conducting in that way, that I is just an illusion. I want to practice, I want to always engage so that I can be selfless. No grasping, so that I know the illusory nature, the changing nature. That's how you practice. So start with that one. Then the other teachings like cultivating great compassion or bodhicitta, that not only am I practicing for myself, but I want to practice for all beings to awaken, just like how I desire to be free from suffering or to free from samsara. I practice. Likewise, I will practice for all sentient beings to free from samsara. Now, in order to understand that, you need to, in order to practice that, you need to then receive the teachings on the Mahayana, teachings on loving kindness, teachings on compassion, teachings on emptiness, and so forth. And then the teachings of Tantra, that vast emptiness, the profound emptiness. The teachings on deities, teachings on mantras, and teachings on dharmata or dharmakaya, or the true nature. That is how you should advance, how you should approach the teachings. If you don't have a view, then you will always have no confidence. Even if you had confidence, that confidence will dissolve. Confidence will crumble. You have no, you will feel that it is not benefiting you. If you have that, you will have confidence. What you are doing, you will have confidence in what you're doing. This life engaging in Dharma practice, you'll have confidence in that. What you are acting out through your body, through your expressing through your speech, and how you're feeling through your mind, and how you radiate your thoughts, or how you express, how you generate your thought, and so forth, you'll have confidence. Because it benefits you. You have the experience. That's practice. If you don't have the view, there is no foundation, I tell you, for this. Your teacher might have told you again and again, but without a view, you are lost. Like sentient beings, ordinary sentient beings. They have no view. Blind. In the Buddha's teachings, there's an example. Dharma, the teachings of the Buddha. Is like jewel. It's like a jewel. The teachings of the Buddha is everywhere. Teachings of the jewel. The Buddha's teachings have no intention that I want to benefit this person, not that person. Because the teaching is undefiled, doesn't have any stain whatsoever, does not have any defect whatsoever. That is Dharma, stainless and pure. So that jewel is by the road, beside the road. Whoever wants it, it's there, ready. The jewel will never say no. There are people passing by every day, up and down. They don't see that one. They don't know what it is. Some think it is an ordinary rock. Some haven't even taken notice of that one. Some don't even know because they're so carried away by their day-to-day life that they have completely ignored the existence of that one. And some people kind of have noticed, but they think it's just ordinary. It's just another rock, just another dirt out there. They don't value. Some people have kind of seen that this is something useful, like semi-precious stone. They kind of know, but they haven't really known what it is. And some, they have truly understood what this is. It's a wish-fulfilling jewel. Whatever you want, you just wish in front of it. It will grant you your wishes. That example is kept as Dharma. These people who are so busy, carried away by their day-to-day life, not even knowing that it exists there, are like ordinary sentient beings. Someone who has noticed this, but they think this is ordinary, are like those people who have wrong views toward Dharma. This will not benefit me. This is not important for me. This is not for me. This is just ordinary, useless. These are people with wrong view toward Dharma. People who have now started to see this one, that something beneficial, it is something useful, are like those who have now kind of seen there is some benefit of Dharma, like that. So this is just an example like that. So those who never see this are just equally blind. So without the view, you don't know if you're falling off the cliff. Without your eyes, right? You don't know if you're falling off the cliff. But with view, you know where you're going. You know whether you are doing it right or not. So view is very important. Do you have the view of Buddha Dharma? You have the view of the Four Noble Truth? Or you don't? Do you have the view of prajna paramita or emptiness? Transcendent knowledge. Do you have the view of that? Or not? Do you have the view of Tathagata Garbha, the seed of Buddhahood, the Buddha nature? Or not? Without these three, there is no view. There's nothing, no confidence to keep on. Where are we going to place our confidence? In mid-air? Sooner or later it will be blown away. Sooner or later it will fall down. You cannot set anything on mid-air because it will fall. It will be blown away like that. So shamatha practice, if you are striking the essence, you'll have confidence. Because it's benefiting you, you'll know that. Because it will give you confidence. That's the way of how practice is. So practice in such way. So otherwise, just thinking, oh, highest teaching will deliver you the confidence, the benefit and so forth. It won't. All teachings work in that similar way, that exact way. Those highest teachings are even more difficult to build your confidence because you need that strong foundation to place that heavy thing. A small, like weak legs won't be able to hold this huge, heavy thing, yeah? So you need that strong a foundation to build the confidence of the highest teachings. So that's why Dzogchen teachings, this great perfection teachings, Mahamudra teachings, Mahamadhyamika teachings, and so forth. We read, we hear, but we have no confidence. Are these teachings weak? No, because we don't have the confidence. That one. There's no place to place the confidence because we don't have the foundation. It does not fit in our mindset. So many teachings that we have. Now it's on the internet. You can Google, you can Yahoo, you can do Dr. Ask or whatever, you know. And Facebook, people on social media and so forth. There's so many, like abundant snippets, slogans, posters of Dzogchen, Mahamudra, Madhyamika. More you see, lesser is your confidence. You know very well what I mean. There's nothing wrong in the Buddhist teachings. That's why these teachings in the Tantra it is mentioned. Secret Tantras are kept secret not because they have defects. They are not kept hidden or concealed because they have defects or they have flaws. They are hidden so that it doesn't fall in a wrong receptacle, a wrong vessel, a wrong container. That's why secret tantras are kept secret in that way. So think like that. So all the teachings that you aspire to receive, teachings that are coming freely and like that, you should ignore. These are not meant for you, especially those teachings on the internet. They are not meant, this is not how it is transmitted. The teachings are transmitted according to the lineages. Teachings are transmitted through the blessings of the lineage. Teachings without the lineage has no power. So as long as you receive the teachings in the proper manner, like authentic lineage style, lineage tradition, they will have blessings. Even if you're not able to understand right now, they have blessings. Sooner or later, it will benefit you. Yes, it will benefit you. Even if you received it untimely, if there was lineage, if there was granted in that proper manner, there is blessings. But in order for us to put it into practice, we have to have a view. What are we looking for? Let's say the view, the general view. I'm looking for to free myself from samsara, let's say. Do you have that view? Then Buddha Dharma will help you. Oh, I'm looking for wealth, for fame, for renown, for power. Will Buddha Dharma give you that? No. But you can misuse the teachings and probably gain that one. But that's not the view. That's a distorted view. It will never bring you because you are misusing or in an incorrect way. So you have to have the view. If you have the view, then your Buddha path, your Buddhist teachings, your practice is working. That's what you need. Okay. So practice in this way. So be wary of samsara. Understand samsara. And then aspire to free from samsara. That's the basic view. If you think, oh, samsara is a lofty place, right now I'm suffering, but maybe one day I will be happy and I'll be comfortable, then that is not the view. Because samsara, there is no corner in samsara that you'll find any place that will give you lasting happiness. That's what the Buddha has repeatedly taught. We sentient beings have done that, searching for happiness in every corner of samsara. We haven't found. Yet, still we do this like that blind person, not knowing what they're doing. It's called stupidity, ignorance. That doing that same thing over and over again, continuously, life after life, that is called confusion. That's called stupid ignorance. Okay, so think in that way, and then let's do the dedication of any merit that we have accumulated from receiving these teachings. May all sentient beings attain Buddhahood. May sentient beings come across this jewel, the Dharma that's undefiled and stainless, that they implement this Dharma, that they engage on this and then bring forth Buddhahood swiftly. Then may all the lives of the lineage holders of the Buddha's teachings remain long and stable, and their intent and their awakened activity reach all corners of this universe, and their awakened activity ever flourish. And then with the blessings of that, may all negativities of this world come to an end immediately, and all qualities, all positivity, all good qualities of life be abundant. Okay, so Sonam de Chenrezik Bani Domne Bejanam Bamjeshi, Keganachi, Balon Tubai, Sidbetso, Ledro, Drosho, Rinjengeso de Droko. Tado Dambe Chedam Midrashin, Dranshin, the Nezo Batarchin, Chenga Drobe, Judenzabash. Pende June Demba Perjuch, Sarab Kunto Chela Chuchu, Galkan Kunto Dajin, Droken Chamche Sanje, Topersho, Chezel de. Nidekel Kurjin Choke Hadro Kunto Dragjur, then Lodre Pemora to Gage. Sange Demba Darshin Gabarsho, Longrik Tepe Mishe Driblage, Menga, Sambe Tezo Monacho. Komjo Yeken Luxin, shut up some gay now, Gabarsho, Kendo, Chesum Ring, Locha, Samin Sasum Chabo. Roju Chosum Nawada, Midre de Sungenek Show, Nandrasum. Kudan Yeshera Bajam Lebes of San Eljo Chembo Nyamela, Yerme Toke Tigle Rochesho, Kawa Kunto Yanda Lamada. Dharma Chege Palla Longe Sadhana and Terra, Palden Nami, Gopan Tosho, Okay, everybody stay well, take good care. We will see you soon, okay? Tashi Delek, and good night. Bye bye. Ibeda.